Hey everyone, this is the look I came up with for today's video. If you're interested to see how I did this very orangey Halloween nail set, then please keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have a super exciting unboxing and review. So I'm reviewing the Vettsy gel liners which they sent me. And they also sent me both of their gel liner sets that they've come out with, and they've also been really nice and included these free stickers for me, so thank you for that. And I definitely use these in today's video. So as soon as you open up the package, you can see both of them. I was really excited to play with these, and let me tell you, they were really good. So they sent me both sets, and also just showing you how cute this bubble wrap is. It's like heart-shaped and everything. Okay, so opening up the boxes, you of course get the two sets. Each set contains 12 gel liners. This is what the packaging is like. I really like the gold lid. I like the glass bottle. It feels nice and heavy. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. And you can use my discount code Kamin 1060 to save 10% off their website. And I really like Vettsy. I feel like they're this brand that's not really talked about enough. I feel like they have such good products and such nice polygel kits, especially on their website. And I was lucky enough to review I think 2 of their polygel kits, so if you haven't seen those videos, I will link them down in the description box below. And let's just get straight into these gels. So I found that this just was the easiest way to take them out, and this is the first set, or I believe it's the second set, and then this is the first. And they also included some shimmery glitters in there. They kind of look metallic a little bit, but yeah, they've also put those in their set. So starting off with my nails, I have applied a builder gel to my nails because I do my nails pretty much almost every day for content purposes, which I love doing. So I have to make sure that I'm not being too rough on my natural nails, and therefore I protect my natural nails with a base gel or a rubber base, or just something to kind of create a little layer between my natural nail and whatever enhancement I'm going to put on top. But if you were to do this on your natural nail, you would gently file the surface. I know this looks aggressive. I have sped the video up because this whole video just took really long to do. And yeah, you would just do this to basically kind of buff the nail. I am using a really soft side on the file. Then going in with my acid-free primer. This is optional. I like to do it because it helps to prevent lifting around the cuticle area. That's what you guys would do. As for me, I'm going to be applying a peel-off base coat. This is my UNT or Aunt Global base coat, which is really good. And it's just it's almost just like a little nail glue that helps you to pop off and peel off whatever enhancement or gel polish or anything that you've put on top. So it definitely does not make the nails last even for a day. In my opinion, you can just pop them off straight after. Moving on, I'm going in with my tips, just quickly sizing those up as the glue dries on my nails. It takes about a minute to dry in all. And yeah, I really like these tips. These are the XXL coffins from Amazon. I will link them down below. They are really good. And yeah, you get this really nice steady box with them as well, so you kind of don't have to worry about the little plastic bags when you get with some tips. So is that. And of course, because I do own a couple Vettsy kits, I have their base and top coat. If you don't have their base and top, you can just use any base and top coat that you have, but apply a thin layer of base coat to your nails, just as I'm doing, and make sure you cure that. Behind me on screen, I have my Macart mini LED light, which is really good. I've been loving it recently. It's just so easy to have on the table compared to my massive Sunx UV light. So I've already applied my tips. I just put them on base coat. I'm gonna apply my ring fingernail in a minute. It did pop off by accident, so I'm just going to reapply that in a minute, but as you can see, I'm just cutting down to the length that I want. And this doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go in with a hand file in a minute and just create like a nice shape, I guess. But before that, I'm removing the shine off the tips. This is so that your polygel sticks. I am doing a polygel base today. Even if you were doing acrylic, you could rough up like the nail, and also don't forget to blend the tip as I am. So that's pretty much what I use that for. You could do this with a hand file. I just like my e-file. This is my Makat JD700 e-file, which is amazing. It's so good. I love it to bits. And you can use my discount code nailedbyk for 15% off makat.com. I will have that link down below. You can use my discount code on any of their websites. It doesn't have to be just makat.co.uk or makat.eu. You can use it on any website wherever you're from. So the main point here is just to rough up the nail and remove the shine, and basically kind of blend the tip to the natural nail as well. Then after I'm done with removing the dust, I'm just applying a layer of base coat to all the nails, going from cuticle area all the way down to the free edge of the fake tip, just to make sure that the polygel will stick to everything. You don't have to do this, I just like doing this, and I just find that it works easier for me. Then for the polygel shade that I'm using today is going to be Hot Cocoa from the Vettsy. I believe it was one of their like polygel kits that I had this from. Again, we'll link that video down below. And I'm using the base coat as slip solution. You can always do this, especially now that kids, well, some kids don't actually provide any of that liquid slip solution. It's mostly because you can just use the base coat, and it's just easier in my opinion. I like to use slip solution even today, but I find that sometimes with the base coat it's just easier to like get a smoother finish, and you don't have to constantly worry about your brush sticking, which is really annoying, which means you always have to like continuously dip it. So as you can see with the base coat gel, I don't think I really even dipped my brush at all. I just went straight in with that coat. Of course you can add and remove base coat as you need, but this is pretty much you would just use the base coat, just fairly easy. As for my polygel, I like to apply it to the center, kind of spread it out with the base coat brush, and then I kind of just pat it into place and really use the brush to like smooth out the edges and bring the nail in, because I personally like a more like narrow look with nails. If you like a wider look, then of course you can mold your polygel up to how you like it, but I just like to use the bristles and like the side of the brush to kind of really just suck everything in, I guess. And yeah, just make sure that you try to get your application as smooth and as perfect as you can, because this is going to save you a lot of filing time. So yeah, that's what I like to do. So for most of the nails, I'm doing basically a full like covered nail of the nude polygel, and for two of them I'm going to be doing a fake nail bed. So you'll see in a minute, because I kind of had this idea in mind. This nail look is kind of inspired by a nail set that I saw, so I will link them down below. And yeah, let me know if you guys are enjoying the video so far. If you are, please don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, so for the nail bed, I'm just doing like a more pointy kind of nail bed. I don't know what you would call the shape. It's kind of like an almond shaped nail bed, I guess. I didn't want to go for like the classic round smile line. I just wanted to do like a nice kind of pointy shape. Again, inspired by the image, the nail set I saw. And that's basically what I'm doing. This is fairly simple. I find that for this part you kind of want to use a decent amount of polygel. Don't make this layer too thin because this is going to be like your apex and it's going to help build your structure. So I know it might look a bit weird, but just go in with a thick-ish amount of polygel to build up that structure, and then once you fill it in with clear, like I'm doing now, this is the Vettsy clear, then it will all make sense and it will just blend in. If after you're done applying your clear you find that it's still got like this weird dip in the nail, then it just means you need to go over with more clear. This definitely happened to me today, and I will just fill in what is like missing, and then it will look nice and even. So yeah, just try to bear that in mind, and always keep checking your nail from all angles to make sure that the nail bed is like flush to the rest of the nail. Moving on to filing, I've made sure to wipe that sticky layer off really well. You don't want to like forget that or not do it properly, because it will gunk up your hand file or your e-file drill bit, so bear that in mind. For filing, I'm just basically going all over the surface. This depends on how well you applied your polygel. You know, the bumpier it is, the more filing you're gonna have to do to get it smooth. So yeah, I guess it just depends. Just keep practicing and you will be fine. So for the most part, I just smooth over the top and fix the side walls and the free edge pretty much. Then going in with my hand file, I'm just crispening up that shape. This is where you really just want to like focus on shaping the nail, because the e-file might not be able to give you as much control in terms of giving you that super straight edge. So I'm just using my e-file and I'm using the coarse side. I'm using the 100 grit to just give me a really straight edge, and I'm pushing my the finger I'm filing up against my thumb to prevent like a lot of pressure on my nail bed, because this can feel a bit uncomfortable. So I do recommend that you kind of don't just put too much pressure, I guess, on your nail beds, and just like hold it up against the thumb, if that makes sense. Okay, so this part is optional, but I do like to apply top coat after all my filing and shaping, just because I like that the top coat gets into like the little scratches from filing, because buffing won't always take all of them out. So I just like to do that, and it makes applying any gel polish design on top smoother and easier, I guess. So yeah, this is optional, but I just like to do it. Okay, so finally onto the design. It had to be like this orange shade. So there were like two shades of orange. There was this nice neon one, and then there was this like really bright, juicy orange. So it's the one I went with. I was just really like shocked at how bright this was. So I definitely went for that one. And I'm basically going to start off with what I saw in the inspo pic. I'm getting as much of the product off the handle of the brush, I think that's what it's called, before going in with my design, because I don't want it to like drip down. That has happened to me before, so yeah, do bear that in mind. And I'm basically doing a French tip but in orange, so that's basically what this design is going to be. This was super simple. I just used the brush to create the lines, and these brushes are actually super thin. They may not look it, but they can help you to create some really thin lines, and I really like that. I also found that I didn't have to dip my brush in the bottle a lot, because there was constantly like product I guess like flowing down from the top, I guess. So it was really nice not having to constantly dip my brush in product to carry on with my design. So I found that was really helpful, and it saved me a lot of time. I also found that the consistency of these gels was kind of like a gel paint consistency. It wasn't too thick, but it wasn't gel polish thin, which really helped with the opaqueness and the pigment of these gels, which was really nice. Overall, these just felt like very good quality gels. And yeah, I was just really happy with them so far. I also didn't make any mistakes at all in this entire design. The only mistake I made was with like a design that I did on one of the fingers that I didn't like, but that wasn't necessarily like a product mistake. That was just something I didn't like. So these stickers, they were really nice. I really like them. You'll see in a minute when I stick these down, they don't lift at all, which was really nice as well. I've had an experience in the past where I've used like these type of decals, I think they're called, and they kept lifting even though I like really smoothed them down with my finger. I don't know if it's because I put the top coat underneath, but yeah, I might try this out with base coat and see if it's that. If it is, then I guess I'll be using top coat from now on under my decals, because these just stayed on like throughout the entire set. They didn't lift at all, and yeah, they were just really good. Now just showing you guys here how I'm removing that product off the top, because if you don't do this, all the product will start to kind of drip down, and it might like fall onto your design or whatever it is that you're doing. So it is really important that you do that before you go on to use the liners. So for this nail, I'm doing a black drip design, fairly simple. Yeah, again, really like these, made no mistake, and yeah, was just very surprised. The black was super opaque. I did not get any wrinkling, I don't think, but bear in mind that this is a black, and because of their consistency, you will have to work quite thin with these. Luckily, they are very pigmented, so you don't have to worry about them looking like patchy or anything. So yeah, just try to work pretty thin with these. Okay, so for this nail, I wanted to do like a Mickey Mouse inspired bat kind of nail. So essentially it's supposed to be Mickey Mouse with bat wings basically, and this just wasn't working for me. I don't know why. Yeah, I just didn't really like how this turned out, and I just kept trying. I just didn't like how these were coming out. I was realizing that I was making them too big and that I needed the space for the wings. So I'm gonna end up wiping this away and doing them again but smaller. So just wanted to include this in the video to show you that I do still make mistakes. So here we go. I did give up, but then I started to give it another try and it started working, so I turned on my camera to start filming again. So this is where we're at now, and I'm so far happy with it, and I'm curing each one because I don't want to mess these up. Again, I usually struggle with like really small detailed art like this, but I don't know, these liners just made it so easy for me to do, and I was super impressed. Like, I'm even shocked that I was able to like pull this off like decently, like to be even looking at the nails and saying that these look like bat wings is kind of big for me, because I'm just not very good at like the small detailed stuff. Like, I don't think I'm that good yet, but I am definitely practicing, and I feel like these liners will definitely help me, you know, to get there for sure. And yeah, there you go. See, every single one came out exactly how I wanted. Not perfect still, but for me, really like them. For the thumb, I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple and just do some stickers. So here I am. I did a bat, I did the lollipop, and the boo as well that I did. I really like the font on that. I thought it was really nice. And I will be adding some crystals to the decal fingers because they were a little bit simple for my liking, but that's pretty much the nail art part of the design. I'm finishing it off with a matte top coat. I don't know what it is recently about matte top coats and nail art, but I just have been loving it, so I'm doing it. And I'm basically using the Melody Susie matte top coat, which is one of my favorites right now, and I just find that it's really matte. Like, it doesn't leave any shiny kind of finish on the nail. It's just super matte, and I really like it. So I'm just going to cure these for about 60 seconds, and even till this point of the video, none of the decals like lifted at all. So if this was a set that I was to keep on, I would use like nail glue or polygel, and then go over with the matte top coat, and then go on with the crystals so that they stay on for longer. And yeah, but because they're not, I'm just using the matte top coat, because when these cure, I want the top coat to not be shiny and show. That would just look a little bit weird. So just go over it with the matte top coat instead of a shiny, and you will be fine. Just make sure to cure those well, and make sure that all the crystals are like well encapsulated around the edge with some kind of gel so that they don't pop off. Now for the nails with the stickers, I felt that they were a little bit plain, so I did do some of these AB crystals on there and also on the thumb. You then want to finish off with some cuticle oil, and I also want to mention the little like white stuff around my nails, and that's just like the peel off base coat. It does that, so it's not because it's dry or anything like that. So this is the finished look. I really like these. Thank you Vettsy for sending me these gels once again. They are really good, and I really enjoyed them. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.